I got up here last year, and I was so overwhelmed with the welcome that I said that I felt this was the warmest welcome I received since my bar mitzvah. And I think what's the most amazing thing about ATFL, about the Lebanese American community, about the Lebanese people, is that a guy by the name of Amos Hochstein is getting the Philip Habib Award tonight in Washington. And that's humbling, and I'm deeply honored. My kids blame me that I go to all these things and I never take my kids to work trips or work events. But tonight, my 4 kids are here. Four kids for whom I've been an absentee father for a long time. And my hero of a wife that has allowed me, Ray Ringel, who's allowed me to do this job for all these years. But I want to start by saying gratitude to ATFL, because over the last many decades, Lebanon has been forced to go through crisis after crisis. Some from invaders from the outside, sometimes from the inside, sometimes inflicted by themselves, sometimes inflicted by others. But the Lebanese American community has been steadfast in fighting in Washington for a better future for Lebanon, and ATFL has led that effort. And the tireless efforts of Ambassador Ed Gabriel should be recognized. Ed doesn't remember this, but I met Ed when I was a junior staffer on Capitol Hill when he was the ambassador to Morocco. And what he has done at ATFL and for Lebanon, what you have done, Ed, I know this because you were my partner in so much of what we tried to do to secure a better future for Lebanon. And the beauty of the bipartisanship of having Ed Gabriel and having Senator, Secretary, and now Chairman of this organization, being a Republican senator from the George Bush administration in Spence Abraham, to have a Republican Congressman LaHood speak tonight on my behalf, and having a good friendship with Darrell Issa, who I don't know that we agree on many issues, but on Lebanon we do. And putting our disagreements aside for the future of Lebanon and making sure that this is a bipartisan issue, that the United States has an interest in its own interest, is to be supportive of Lebanon. And so on a night like this, as we celebrate, and there's so much to celebrate compared to the last time I stood up at ATFL, the award really goes to the American Lebanese community, that no matter how many generations you are in the United States, you still care deeply for what happens in Lebanon. That is not something that should be taken for granted. The organization represents it, but it's the American Lebanese community that forces us in government and reminds us of what our duties are to secure Lebanon. When I watched my good friend, General, now President On, speak on that video, it's not about listening to American officials say it, but when the president of Lebanon is repeating what was in the ceasefire agreement, and it says the words monopoly of weapons by the state, that's not us Americans, Europeans pushing Lebanon. That's the president of Lebanon. That is the position of Lebanon. It has been the position of ATFL. It is now the official position of the entirety of the government of Lebanon, from the ceasefire and now with the president of Lebanon saying it. And here is what I think the opportunity is for Lebanon. I'm not in government anymore, but I'm as committed to this as I was when I was in government. And that is this. Lebanon should be free. It should be free from foreign invaders, all of them, at all points, from all countries. It should be free from its domestic invaders from within who try to suck on the state and parasite on the state. It should be free from those who want to keep the corruption and the ways of the past and free the Lebanese people for free enterprise, small business development. I said this last year, wherever I go in the world, I say it all the time, you can't go anywhere without the Lebanese, the guy who runs the supermarket, the guy who's your guide, the guy who's running your hotel, the private equity, the doctor, in every country, in Africa, in South America, in the Caribbean, no matter where, it's always the Lebanese. But here's the deal. I want fewer of them. Because what I think all those people should do now is build up Lebanon. And they should build the hotels and the entrepreneurs and the funds and the private equity should be in Lebanon. Because if this government succeeds, it will deliver the most important thing beyond the ceasefire. The ceasefire was the foundation. The first floor is the new government. But the penthouse, every Lebanese lands, they all live in a penthouse. What you need now, what we need now, is a legal structure that gives confidence, an economic policy that gives confidence, economic reforms that all of them together incentivize the investment in Lebanon. And what reassures me is when I talk to certain Lebanese Americans who tell me they're putting together these kinds of funds so that they can be transparent and open, but are interested in investing in Lebanon. That's the future of freedom from foreigners, a future that is free from the internal debates and blockades, that lets Lebanon just shine and rise to what it used to be and what it can be and what I know it will be with the help of ATFL and everybody in this room. Thank you so much for this honor.